Hello, everyone. Today we get the pleasure of listening to the story of Kyle Recchia, the Perfect Workout CEO. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Perfect Workout Podcast, where fitness meets simplicity. I'm Kyle Recchia, CEO of the Perfect Workout. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Welcome back, everyone. We still have our special guest, Jane Riley, here with us, which is so cool. If you didn't catch any of the prior episodes on Jane's background or us going deeper into menopause, I highly recommend checking those out. They're just really good. And so, Jane, we've been talking about offline and a little online here, stuff that comes up from our members, questions, curiosities, that sort of stuff. And you mentioned to me one of the things that people talk about, which I get, is who the heck is who's Kyle? Who's waked up, right? If you've followed the pre-workout for some time, or you checked out our story on online, you know the founder of the pre-workout, Matt Hedman, has an amazing story.
Yes.
I'm not him, and so yeah, I thought today I could just give a little bit of context of who I am, where I came from, why I'm here. Keep it brief, not too boring, and then we can go from there.
Great.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
That'll be wonderful.
So yeah, I think I'll just start with, I had always been into, as like a typical kid, I was always into sports and athletics and stuff. I did stuff like that in high school. When I got out of high school, I'm like most people, I started gaining weight, and I didn't think I was because, right, you're more sedentary, etc. And so you fast forward a little bit, I was motivated to stay healthy and stay into fitness and stuff. At the same time, I was experiencing, my dad was going through many health issues. Now, my dad, we've talked about epigenetics before. I love my dad to death. He unfortunately passed away about a month after I started at the Perfect Workout.
Wow.
At the age of 55, which is just a bummer. He did not take care of himself. He smoked every single day. He didn't eat well. He didn't move, etc. So, we've got a lot of the same genetics, different story. But that was inspiring to me. I wanted to help people live the life that they wanted to have, to be healthier, to be there for, you've talked about this, for their kids, for their grandkids. And I was inspired by the people closest to me. So fast forward a little bit, I thought I wanted to get into the medical industry. So I started taking some college classes for becoming a doctor.
Yeah.
And I thought I would do life flight. I thought life flight paramedics would be really cool.
That's cool.
Like saving lives.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle somebody like laying in bed, feeling sick and throwing up. But I felt like if we flew in and somebody's like arm was missing and I had 6 minutes to save life, that would be more exciting. Maybe that tells you enough about me. So I started to get into that stuff, and it didn't take too long. Actually, side note, this is how I met my wife. I'm married now 13 years. We've got 4 beautiful boys. We live in Houston, Texas, and they're all, yesterday, they all started school. So now my wife and I are free during the day, which is awesome. I met her this way because she was going to school for nursing in the medical industry. And so I was like, oh, I really want to talk to her. Maybe I'll just try to borrow her books and get her phone number.
That seemed to work out.
Yeah, it worked out. So it was good that we connected quickly, because it didn't take long for me to be on that side of things and go, this is not the side of health that I want to be on. I don't really want to be on the side of health where things have gotten so far down the line. I want to be on the side of health that can help people prevent people from getting too sick, etc. So I went and got my certification through NASM, became a personal trainer, was doing personal training at different clubhouses, some big box gyms, some different methodologies. I was big into nutrition, so I've done the precision nutrition certifications and some other holistic health ones and stuff like that. And I actually tried to start my own online healthy e-commerce business. This was probably 2012 or so.
Yeah.
It did not go well. I did not know what I was doing. And so it was a really cool adventure. I learned a lot through that year or so of trying to start that business. And at the end of it, I was left with like, okay, I need to do something different here. So luckily, I was telling this earlier to some of our marketing team, I was looking for just sort of the next stepping stone to kind of launch my career into the sort of preventative health side of things. And I found the Perfect Workout. And I told them, believe this or not, in my interview, hey, I just want a part-time job, and because this is a stepping stone for me. Like, I'm going to be doing something. I don't know if you can imagine, like, I don't even know why they would hire me. But fortunately for me, yes, there was still something there, and they hired me. So I started at the Perfect Workout in November of 2013.
Great.
Coming up on my 13th year here. And it's been an adventure ever since. We, at that time, had 20 studios or so. We were expanding rapidly. And of course, now you fast forward, it's 2025. We've got our flagship model. We've got our virtual training that we took off during COVID, which is awesome. We now include the PeakWell holistic health services and coaching. And then, of course, this new FastFit model that we're really moving our studios towards with the Meta machine. So, but I will say, I guess the only other piece that's somewhat relevant is it was probably about 7 years ago. Things were going really, really well. And then my wife and I, and you and I've talked about in prior episodes, functional medicine.
Right.
My wife and I took a trip actually to the Dominican Republic for our 5-year anniversary. And I got really, really sick.
Oh,
Like the most sick I've ever been in my life. And that did not go away. I came back home to the US here and it was symptom after symptom and worse health for quite a few years. And so I didn't really know what to do with that. I saw, I think over the span of a year, 7 different doctors,
wow.
from ENTs to neurologists to GI people. The best diagnosis I could get was either A, and this is like one of my biggest pet peeves, oh, you just have anxiety,
Oh,
right? So we'll give you some pills for this. Or B, maybe you have travelers, IBS is what they call it. You have gut issues because you got a parasite or something.
right.
None of it helped. I didn't get any relief. I, at the time, was losing weight. I felt like at one point in time, I thought something was way off. Like maybe I have a brain tumor or something, because I was dealing with constant vertigo and constant cloudy headedness. I remember celebrating my son's 3rd birthday thinking like, this is so dumb now in hindsight, but I was like, am I even going to be here, in 10 years, et cetera.
Scary.
It was strength training, obviously, that was keeping me going. I felt like I was strong. It kept my energy at the best levels it could keep me at. And then doing what we're doing, helping other people, kept me motivated to continue to search and to find more. Fortunately, I came across some great functional medicine doctors like Dr. Recchia, and others through some conferences I attended, started working with them. And I got diagnosed with something called SIBO, which is small intestine bacterial overgrowth.
I've had it
Have you had SIBO?
once.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this.
Oh, I didn't know what was going on. And SIBO, well, as you know, can happen from different things. For me, like sugar.
Okay.
Sugar I went on a cruise.
And you just like
I'm just gorging myself. And I ate things I never eat. I'm not a sugar person, but there was a lot of desserts and I tried one, and it was like a week of just really bad choices. And I think SIBO can happen. Well, I know a lot about it now.
Yeah.
But I got back, and for me, I don't know, your symptoms sound a little different. I was still this size, but I looked like ready to get, like 8 months pregnant.
Wow.
It was so incredibly uncomfortable. And I do all the things, and I'm rarely sick, and I'm like, I strength trained, I did it. Anyway, to make a long story short, I was lucky enough to talk to someone, and I'm glad you're telling this story, that had it.
Wow.
Because if I didn't, I could have probably gone down that circle of all these doctors and my gut and this, and it is a gut issue.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I did the test and the breath. Yeah.
Yep. Where they can check your
methane.
Yep.
I think it's methane.
The hydrogen levels and
yeah, certain levels. And like that, SIBO. And let me tell you, that medicine, there's one, I don't know, your therapy.
Did you do an antimicrobial herb or did you do the antibiotic?
I did do the antibiotic, and let me tell you, it wasn't on my insurance plan.
It is expensive.
That it motivated me never
to have
do that again because that was expensive.
Yes.
And it was pretty quick acting, and I'm super careful. And another reason to be super careful about your diet, and different people, different things will affect you. For me, sugar alcohols.
So that's what triggered mine. I mean, I had the parasite issue, which caused dysbiosis in the gut. Okay, so now I like the analogy of like if you're looking at a city, there's a balance, so to speak, of good guys and bad guys.
Yes,
like we have a lot of different bacteria in the gut, and we need all of
both.
But if one of them gets sort of out of order, that's where you have dysbiosis. It's unbalanced, and that causes issues. My dysbiosis, like the framework started with the parasite, but I was actually on a trip skiing in Colorado and same story. I was just gorging on all the cool sugars and cookies and things like that. And that's when I was like, oh, maybe I have altitude sickness because I'm getting dizzy and I'm nauseous and I'm bloated. And so I thought when I get back to Texas, I'll feel fine. And that's when I was like, okay, I don't feel fine. For me, and oh, I can go everywhere here. I'm going to keep this short. But for me in particular,
That was
what happens a lot with people with dysbiosis of any kind in SIBO, and SIBO is so common. So I will say, I hope that somebody listening to this episode who has been dealing with
yes.
some weird symptoms will look at the recommendation we've made in prior episodes and say, just go see a functional
It
dietitian.
is so much more common than people think. And again, I was super lucky to have had someone tell me their story, and my mind went right there.
Right.
I was able to,
And nip in the bud. So
it's uncomfortable.
For me, so I have, we talked about epigenetics in a prior episode, but genetics, they do play a role. I've got a SNP where I don't process histamine as well. So I was building up more histamine, and that's why I was not only experiencing the symptoms he had, like bloat, but also the crazy histamine